shop seems interesting because it has these two stone lions in front, and the shop looks like an Indian karaoke or nightclub. You will see strings of flowers like that in Little India quite easily, and the signboard seems to have been covered up or removed. Since COVID-19, many of these nightclubs, karaoke, they have been shut down by because these are places because these are places where lots of people gather. Today is a very nice day. It's not too sunny yet because it's just 9 a.m. There are so many cars today, so the streets here are very narrow, and it's you have to be careful when crossing the streets here. This seems to be a nice street to sketch, so let me just sketch this first. I did not bring a chair with me today, so I'm just going to sit on my skateboard. I'm going to place this paper on it so that I can sit on it. And just as I was about to sit down, this car just parked in front of me, so let me just move to the right side. I'm actually quite scared of all these holes in the ground because I'm afraid of my drawing supplies falling into them. Anyway, this is the sketchbook that I'm going to be using today, and this is the Pelikan M200 fountain pen. Alright, let me just do a really quick warm-up sketch. So, it has been a while since I'm out sketching, so I'm a bit rusty. So let me just try to get the main shape here first. Starting from the left to the right. I think if you don't put too much stress on yourself, you can make like really good artworks. And sometimes sketching on location, it's about, I mean for me it's really about enjoying the moment. If you have a lot of time, then you can enjoy the moment more. The most challenging part of this sketch is actually sketching these motorbikes that are parked here, because there are so many motorbikes and you have to sort of get the shape right so that they are recognizable as motorbikes. So this would be the most challenging part. Drawing the shophouses here on the right side, that's fine because these are in the background, they have less details. You can draw them with less details. But for the motorbikes here, they are kind of in the foreground, so you have to draw them slow, one by one. I guess I can add a bit more details here to the windows to differentiate them from the signboards. Otherwise, it's difficult to tell which are the windows and which are the signboards hanging by the side of the buildings. Let's add some texture to the road. So at this point in time, I can actually call this sketch completed. I just want to add some finishing touches, some little details here and there. Antennas right here at the top, rather haphazardly. The watercolor palette that I have brought today is the Micro Portable 24 palette. which is very compact. So the setup that I have today is really compact. Not sure if you can tell, but there is actually a person standing here. I think he's a worker because he's wearing this yellow vest. Let's make this a bit darker because it's in the shadow. So this is my completed sketch. I'm actually quite pleased with this. I've got to say that it's quite uncomfortable to sit on my skateboard. So the shadow is actually coming from this side, and all these buildings that you see here, the shop houses here, they are actually in shadow. So the only places lit by sunlight is actually the road, which I wanted to color it as gray initially, but I decided to make the shop houses gray instead, so that there is contrast between the shop houses and the road. And this building here, it's lit by light as well, so I think there is some good contrast going on. So while sketching earlier, there was a tattoo artist who came over to talk to me. He told me that doing tattoo is the exact opposite of doing watercolor, because with watercolor you paint from light to dark, but with tattoo you have to work from dark to light. I actually enjoy interacting with people when they come to talk to me, but sometimes because I'm so engrossed in drawing and sketching, it's very difficult to converse with them. See that? I was trying to clean my palette by pouring the water into the drain, and a few of the pans fell out. And there, I'm not sure if you can see it, that's azo yellow. The theory is when painting, the paint is going to overflow here into the box, and when it dries, that paint is supposed to be sticky enough to stick the pans in the box, but as you can see, sometimes it doesn't work that way. So it's best to use double-sided tape or glue tack or something sticky to stick the pans to make sure that they will not fall out. Mishaps will happen, and this is not the first time I lost one of my art supplies. The previous time I lost fountain pen, the pilot penmanship. Thankfully it's not that expensive, but I also lost a Vinci Casaneo portable brush which fell out of my pocket, and that is expensive. By the way, I'm filming in front of this hotel because I saw Alvin's video where he stayed at this hotel for a staycation, for a sketching staycation. I'll put a link to where you can find that video in the video description below. This is another one of the very little inn here. I like this vegetable sauce.